Yo, yippee yay. Where my dogs at? We here. Babe, where are we?
We are in the building.
We are in the building, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Bryan, aka Walking Saint. I am accompanied by
Sadria.
Sadria. What did we eat last night?
Sushi for dinner.
Sushi for dinner.
Yeah.
See that? We literally ate sushi for dinner yesterday. I don't be lying to the people when I say what I say.
You had other options.
All right,
You
but
chose
we
that
just saw it.
one.
Nah.
You chose that one. You
Nah,
chose
fam.
it.
Nah, fam.
Yeah.
You chose it. Don't make these people think all I eat is sushi. You had 3 options. You had sushi, Mexican, and Chinese. And you chose sushi, not me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, people. It was me that chose it this time. But anyway, we're back. First and foremost, I just want to thank people once again for the continued support. Everybody who keeps tuning in, everybody who keeps messaging me, messaging Sadria, suggesting topics that we should cover, thanking us for the advice that we're giving. We really, really appreciate y'all. Thank you to the people that participated in the giveaway that we had last week prior to Valentine's Day. Shout out to the winner. We hope you enjoyed the gift. And for those that didn't win, regardless, don't worry. We got future giveaways coming soon. Future exciting announcements. It's going to be really, really dope what we're going to do with this thing right here. So please stay tuned and continue to support. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate your opinions and
Yeah.
and everything that you send us that you actually want us to talk about.
Yeah.
Definitely. With that said, we hope everybody had a great Valentine's Day. Shout out to all the champagne that was popped this Valentine's Day.
24-hour champagne diet.
Shout out to all the people that went to the Poconos this weekend off of Groupon.
24-hour champagne diet.
Shout out to all the side chicks that got taken out on Friday this year.
24-hour.
That's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
nah.
Feel me? I hope everybody had a great Valentine's Day. We had a great Valentine's Day ourselves.
We sure did.
You know, real calm dinner.
A lot of catching up.
So yeah, let's get it popping.
Shaboy.
So go ahead and introduce this first topic.
All right, guys. So the first thing that we're going to be talking about today is what is too clingy. What is too clingy?
Tell.
What is too clingy?
No, really, what is too clingy?
You want to know what's too clingy?
What is First, the people think that I say please from the first episode. Then they think that I'm here graveling, and now I'm too clingy.
Nah, I'm definitely fucking with the people. You're definitely not clingy, in my opinion. But the question is gonna be, what is too clingy and why? So you want me to take the lead, or you want to
Yes,
set things
start
off?
us off.
All right, so what is too clingy? I feel like too clingy for me personally is having to kind of like check up on each other constantly. Again, this is for me personally. And what I mean is, I'm not somebody who texts very often. I'm
What a
usually,
downer.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
But you know what it is. Like, I'm usually very busy throughout my day. I'm a very busy person. I try to stay busy, you know? So I'm always doing something. I'm always doing something work related or like side hustle related, you know, podcast related, YouTube related. I'm always doing something. I'm always up to something. Or like if I'm out and I'm driving, I don't text and drive. I'm not one of those guys. I
Please.
definitely be safe with it.
Please do not text and drive.
Fendi. So I don't do that. So with that being said, I'll text every now and then, but it's never like very consistent. And I think you can attest to that. I'm somebody who will let you know what I'm doing, what I'm up to in that moment. I hope you're having a good day. I'm gonna check up with you later. Boom.
Believe that.
And then I just keep it pushing. So one thing that I really appreciate about you is you afford me that space and you don't necessarily bug me. Like the last time you bugged me about lack of communication through text, I can't even remember honestly.
Bro.
And I really appreciate that because my phone honestly is a distraction. Because sometimes I notice picking up my phone to answer a text sometimes will automatically lead to me checking Instagram or me checking Twitter or, any of those things. So I really appreciate not checking my phone and being focused on the task at hand because I'm not going to lie. Like I said, whenever I get a notification, many times I get distracted. So if I was to have to text back and forth with you, it wouldn't annoy me, but it would derail me. Like, which in the long run would annoy me because then I would feel like, fuck, I'm not getting anything done. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's something that comes with time. Because definitely in the beginning, if you're first talking to somebody, you
You're
want to.
talking all the time.
Exactly. You're texting, talking all the time. So that's totally normal. But I think once you get to a certain level, for example, the level that me and you are at, you're able to just know he or she is good. They're at work, they're doing whatever they got to do. Talk to you later. After you get off, we'll have a phone call, catch up. It's not constant what you doing, shit like that.
Right.
To me, that's big. Is me having to constantly talk, whether it's like through text, FaceTime, throughout the day, just because, like I said, I'm most of the time very busy. So that's what is clingy to me.
And honestly, what helps me not wonder like or text when I'm having downtime at work is that sometimes um we're able to FaceTime while I'm on lunch. So it's like, oh well, I didn't talk to him all day, but it doesn't really matter because I'm gonna get to FaceTime him in a little bit,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So that helps with, just the good morning text and then being really extremely busy, like you said, like busy at work, busy doing a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah. What is too clingy for you specifically, would you say?
I honestly, in my little outline, put the same thing. Texting me and calling me a bajillion times, and let's say I'm not ecstatic or whatever to hear from you. I feel
Yeah.
like it's not reciprocated, and that's what makes it annoying, and that what makes it clingy.
Bro.
In the beginning of any relationship, it's very important that you establish that line of communication and you're constantly talking to each other just because you want to nourish those relationships. But definitely after a certain time, I think the majority of us can definitely appreciate some space.
Yeah.
And I also feel as though having that space definitely doesn't make the relationship stale.
Right.
Like it doesn't make it stale in which you constantly know what that person is going through.
Bro.
Constantly hitting someone up and I don't know, man. Like that's definitely not for me personally. But of course there's more drastic examples of being clingy. Like what do you think about that? Like always wanted to be around someone. I feel like that's your clingy trait. Is like when me and you are in the same place, like let's say chilling at home, you would not mind being attached to my hip and just hugging me. Let's watch a movie. Let's do this. Let's do that. I feel like that's your clingy trait, but it's not a big deal necessarily. Um, but that's definitely something that you do for sure, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess.
Think about it,
No, I mean, yeah.
but you don't see it as that.
I didn't until right now.
Like, uh, like
My people,
again,
I
the
didn't.
face that you're making right now is just mind blown. Like, hold up, what?
uh,
I'm being clingy.
I feel like I learn something new every time we get on here, folks.
you don't feel that way just because you love me to death. And of course, I love you to death, but you're the type that you would love me to be attached at your hip and on your body 24/7.
I mean, what's the problem?
And that's the thing.
Like I
To
could
you, it's not clingy.
literally,
That's the whole point.
I could literally lay down with you or sit with you, and you be watching whatever the hell you want,
Yeah.
as long as I'm right next to you, doing it.
Oh, nah, that's what I fuck with.
Yeah.
Me doing whatever I'm doing, you doing whatever you're doing. So if I'm playing a video game or something like that and you're reading a book or doing whatever you do, I'm content with just having you next to me. But I definitely do feel like a lot of times you seek attention.
Believe that.
It's not just, okay, Bryan is next to me. I'm totally happy with that. Like, I definitely feel like sometimes it's, babe, pay attention. You know what I mean?
Because sometimes I have important things to say, and sometimes I don't. So what? I want attention sometimes.
What?
So
I
you
mean,
sound
damn.
like a clingy person right now.
You know what?
You definitely just sounded like a clingy person.
Yeah.
Believe that.
All I'm gonna say, guys, is that I'm not as clingy as I seem. Yeah, think about
Bro,
that.
what are you talking about, man?
Bro, what are you talking about?
You're clingy.
Here
No,
we
guys,
go
I'm
again.
kidding.
Here we
I'm
go
kidding.
again.
Yeah, I'm losing it. No, really. Bryan is the opposite of clingy.
If anything, was literally the antonym of the word clingy.
Whatever it
I'm
is,
Loosey.
Yeah.
That's definitely me. I'm Loosey.
100%.
Like,
I'd have to agree.
yeah, like if anything, I probably don't show enough emotion or like attention.
I
and
would
shit like
still
that.
have to agree. That's
Yeah.
true.
But I don't know. That's just how I'm built.
Guys,
Like,
I
I'm
swear.
not a clingy person. Like,
Neither am I.
I'm not a clingy person. I'm not a jealous person for sure. I just be.
Me neither.
All right. We're gonna lie to the people now. We're gonna lie to the people, son.
What?
All right.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I mean, I honestly didn't think I was clingy until you like mentioned it. Like now I'm
All right. I don't think you're clingy because if you were clingy, it would be an issue. What I'm saying is, you display clingy behavior sometimes.
So.
I swear I think he loves me, guys. I don't know. I think.
Nah, I
Who
definitely
knows?
do.
I don't know.
Believe that.
I definitely love you.
Mm.
It's an observation, one that I don't necessarily have a problem with. And I feel like that's as far as it goes with you, though. There's nothing else that I can really pinpoint that might appear to be clingy. Too clingy is definitely just being down someone's throat, for sure.
Absolutely. Agreed.
Not really letting them breathe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Always having to check up on them constantly, though, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like there's persistent and there's annoying.
Definitely. I think we both agree on that.
Tell.
And to reiterate, in the talking stages of a relationship, talking is definitely very important. You're going to always want to know what's going on with that person and continue to build that love for one another. But it comes down to a point where you get so far in the game that, like, you really got to cut that shit out.
So.
I ain't gonna lie. Especially if you're somebody busy,
Yeah.
Like, if you got shit to do, a lot of times you don't got time for that. But again, though, that's just me and you. That's how me and you personally feel. And because of that, me and you don't text often throughout the day. But at the end of the day, we call each other after work and whatnot just to figure out how was each other's day. How you doing? You good? Cool. What's new? What's going on with
Did
your
anything
mom?
big happen?
Exactly. Like, that's where we kind of summarize the whole day.
So.
And I feel is important because that helps not keep the relationship stale.
Absolutely. And don't get us wrong. It's not like it's a one text for the whole entire day and then in the evening we're on the phone. Like, no.
So.
When he says that we are not that often in communication. It's more like it's a text here and there, followed up by a text that you're leaving from work or whatever it is, and then we text. It's a couple of text messages followed by the conversation. It's not like one text and then you could have died within the 12 hours and no one knows.
Yeah. But there's people that love that though. There's people that they love that shit. Like, be on my body 24/7, hit me up, find out what I'm doing, tell me where you're at, ask me where I'm at. Like, they love that. So again, this is only me and you personally.
Absolutely.
I just don't like distractions. That's all. And
that
I get
brings
distracted easily.
That brings me to the point of that you just said, like, some people really love that. And some people don't know if they love it because they haven't had it. But I just want to say that what you want isn't always what you expect it to be, guys. So if you're looking for that because you haven't had it, don't force it. If it's not in someone's nature, it's just because it's not supposed to be. But if you guys compromise and you're like, I want you to do this, I want you to do that, I really, really, what you want isn't always what you expect it to be.
Yeah. So you're saying like some people purposely look for that in a relationship. Like, to them it's a deal breaker.
Right.
I want somebody to
Be on
constantly
top of me.
be on top of me.
Why aren't
know
you
what's
like
going
this?
on.
Be like this. And then they're like,
Exactly.
oh, you want me to be like this? I'll show exactly what you want.
And that's the thing. Some people swear they want something until they get it.
And then they don't want it.
And then they don't want it.
Absolutely.
So,
That
So,
has happened to me.
for
I don't
real?
want it. I
What
wanted it.
specifically though?
And then I didn't want it.
But
I
what
wanted,
specifically? Like that?
Yeah.
Like, you wanted somebody on you, checking up, this, that, and the third,
Yeah.
and then you got it, and what happened?
I didn't want it.
Damn.
Yeah.
What happened? You got tired of it? Like, what happened?
Yeah. Like, it's taxing, it's tolling. It takes a toll on you.
Believe that.
Like when you're busy and you can't answer and then you have a trillion messages.
Like, that's my thing, is that I try to stay as busy as possible, and then I'm someone whose attention span is shit, and I get distracted very easily. So whenever I'm doing something very important, focus is essential. So a lot of times I'll put my phone on do not disturb and whatnot. So I can't constantly be checking my phone to see if this person hit me up, just because I'm going to end up doing other shit.
yeah.
Instinctually, like opening up my email, like who knows? It could be anything, but I just know myself and I know I am. And that's partially why I'm such a bad texter overall. But I most of the time forget to text back a lot of people, period. Like friends, family. Like, if you hit me up, I'll read it. I'll put it down because I'm in the middle of something, and I'll typically forget.
I mean, and like we said, this is just specifically to us. I know that, people will find things to be clingy depending on, I guess, the level that you like the person. Like, for example, if I'm really into Bryan, but Bryan isn't that into me, you might see some of the things that I'm doing as clingy, as opposed to if I was really into you and you were really into me, you might not think that those things are clingy. But depending on the level of how much you like the person, I feel like that has something to do with whether you find it to be clingy or not.
Yeah.
And like Bryan, personality, I think it has a lot to do with someone's personality.
Yeah. And I also think that it's good to just have this talk, period, with your partner,
So,
just because you'll end up discovering things that appear clingy to you that did not necessarily appear clingy to that person. For example, at the beginning of this conversation, I mentioned that the way you are is you don't mind being attached at the hip to me, constantly being with me, always wanting to do something together. Let's watch a movie. Let's do this. Let's do that. So to you, it was like, oh, wait, that's clingy, right? You wouldn't have known unless I brought it up. But I never brought it up in the past, even though I know that's clingy behavior, just because it wasn't a big deal to me. You know what I'm saying? But I think overall, it's probably good to have this conversation with your partner. That way, you figure out things that they do that you like and things that they do that you don't.
I am completely interested in what some of you guys think is too clingy.
Absolutely.
If there's something that we didn't mention that you think is clingy, we would love to hear your opinion. We want to hear what you think is too clingy.
Yeah, because honestly, like to come clean, I personally can't speak from experience because I don't find too much things to be clingy, and I haven't necessarily dealt with that issue. And I don't know many people that have dealt with clinginess with someone as well. And for the ones that have, that I know about, most of the time, it's just that feeling of, man, this person is like suffocating me. Like they always want to do that. They always want me to call them. They always want me, you know what I mean?
Kind of when you feel like you don't have time for yourself, I guess.
Exactly. Exactly. Those are the examples of clinginess that I've seen. However, of course, like Sadria said, if we've missed any, definitely let us know. Cause I know I'm curious to know.
I'm
Like,
super curious.
yeah, I'm definitely curious to know what, people have experienced or maybe what people are experiencing now in their relationships. So definitely let us know.
Yeah, 100%.
Moving on, we had a listener go ahead and hit us up on social media and they wanted us to talk about ghosting.
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 So, to explain what ghosting is to people, say you are in the talking stages, you're getting to know one another, and things are going well, things are going cool and whatnot. At least to you, things are going well, right?
Yeah.
Based on what the other person is telling you, based on what you're reading from the other person, the vibes, things appear to be going well, and then suddenly, poof, they're gone. Like they stop hitting you up. They don't follow through. No hit ups, nothing. And you're just there, like
What?
stuck. Don't know what happened. They ghosted you.
Ghosting.
Do you have like anything specific? Any advice for people that are dealing with that, or anything you want to say to maybe people that are guilty of that?
Sure. And guys, just remember, these are our own opinions.
Yeah.
It isn't for everyone to feel like, oh, maybe what I'm thinking or how I'm feeling about it is wrong or something. Like this is
True.
just what I think about ghosting.
True.
And I play a lot, so I'm going to use the word foul. I don't literally mean foul. I know that it's a little bit of a harsh word, but I think ghosting is foul, people. You just have to tell the person how you feel.
Ghosting.
Honesty is the best policy. Honesty does not lie. Just be honest.
Yeah.
Like, how you not even going to tell them what's wrong?
Facts.
They did not. If they didn't do anything wrong, just tell them it's a vibe. Like, I'm not feeling the vibe. We're just not meshing. This just isn't for me. You can do it's not you, it's me. It honestly doesn't matter what you say,
Yeah.
but say something.
Yeah, honestly, like I 100,000% would prefer somebody to just tell me the real and let me know, look, this unfortunately is not going to work out. Whatever the reason is, right? Like just let me know what's up. Let me know where we stand. And then if you want to leave me on red after that, do that. Like whatever I reply with, if you're like, all right, that's it. I told them I'm done with the bullshit. Cool. Like leave that person, or in this example, like leave me on red. Who gives a fuck? Like you said what you had to say. I'm aware of the situation. And that's that. If you refuse to say anything more, then cool.
Right. Like at least at this point, you have a clear conscience, as they say.
Yeah.
Like you don't feel bad about it. I mean, you could, depending on how you say whatever you do say, because, some things depend on how you say them. But at this point, the point is ghosting. So you could say it however it comes out. whatever feels natural. As long as you say something, it's better than just staying quiet.
Word. Because I just think like putting myself in the shoes of a single individual.
Absolutely.
Like I could just imagine, what if I got several pieces lined up, right? Like several bad women that
All
I'm
right,
talking
see.
to, right?
I didn't think this was going there, but all right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, boom, let me just single out, you know, shorty number 3. And then I'm talking to her. I'm thinking everything is great. You know, we could be talking for a week, 2 weeks, a month, who knows, right? And then out of nowhere, they ghosted you.
Ghost.
If you had just let me know off the rip, I probably would not have fumbled the ball with person number 1 and 2. But now you just made me fuck my chances up there too. Selfish.
Wow. This was not where I was going with that. So that's fine. You stay on your
Nah, because you got to think about it from a single person's point of view. Because it's really single people that's out here getting ghosted. It's people that they talking to somebody, they're trying to get into a relationship, and then boom, they just stop getting hit up from that person and don't know why, or like
options. Like, how do you keep up with this many
so
people?
what? 3 is that different from 2?
Yes. It's a whole
You gotta cut it
body
out.
and
You gotta
person.
cut it out.
What?
You gotta cut it out.
Time management. Not everyone is good with time management. 3 people is a lot to some people. I just don't know if I can invest myself in 3 different people.
Yeah, but just because you can't, don't come at the people that can. You gotta have options out here.
I'm not saying that it's wrong to have options. I'm just saying personally, I wouldn't be able to juggle all the options.
What would make it worse again
Is if we're only talking to one and then they ghost me.
Well, yeah, that as well, but also if someone is giving you the runaround and now you lose out on person 1 or person 1 and 2 because this person decided to be a selfish asshole.
Yeah.
Like, just keep it real, fam.
I just like for people to know something. Like, I just want to hear something from you. I don't care what it is. I don't even care if it had anything to do with, like maybe it's a personal matter, a family matter. I don't care what you blame it on. I don't care what you say.
Hey,
just
man.
say something.
Hey, man, look, I'm on the side of honesty, man. Just like you said, honesty is the best policy. Keep it a buck at all times, and that's in anything in life. Relationships, friendships, work, whatever it is, just keep it a buck. Period. Like, don't BS me. So if me and you talking and you not fucking with the kid no more, that's totally fine. That's perfectly fine. But just let me know. Because I got other things out here moving that I'm trying to make happen. And I put those on hold for you to see where me and you can go. And you playing with me. So now you going to make me fumble the bag. And not even only with that, but on all aspects of life. Just be honest with yourself and be honest with others.
Just say something, anything, a word. I don't ever want to talk to you again. Bye. Like, that's all it takes. And if you're like me, I could see a single person not wanting to hurt the other person's feelings. And so my thing would be like, oh, but I don't want to tell him that I don't like him. What if he feels, what if I make him feel away?
It's not really necessarily about your feelings. I'm going to just let you know because I'm a good human being. Like, look, this ain't it.
No, it's about my feelings. It's about my feelings feeling bad that you might be feeling bad, knowing that I'm the one that made you be feeling bad.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, what?
Now you
What?
got that. Yes.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What?
It's not about the other person. It's about me. It's about me feeling bad that you might be feeling bad that makes me feel bad.
That sounds like Inception. A dream within a dream inside another dream. Like, what are you talking about? I think I understand what you're trying to say.
It all
You're
comes down
saying that
to
you would only want to tell somebody because you would feel bad. You don't necessarily care if the no, you do care if the other person feels bad. You caring about them feeling bad will make you feel bad, which will therefore make you want to tell them.
yes.
Yeah, but you a different breed. Like that's too many levels of feeling sorry for somebody.
It goes deep. Overall, guys, like we've been saying, just be honest and tell them whatever you're feeling. And if you don't want to share your feelings, just tell them you have too much going on. You just can't make time for them in your life right now. That's
Definitely.
valid. That's acceptable.
Definitely.
We're all grown-ups. We're all mature.
For sure.
And if they weren't accepting and taking that, then maybe they weren't mature.
So in the end, don't ghost nobody.
Ghosting. Facts. All right, look, guys. This is a topic that's a little, I guess, it's a bit of a downer because someone's dying. But we're gonna bring it up anyways. So the question, I guess, is you would have access to your phone. Are you afraid that they have access, or are you chilling? Like, the point is,
I ain't gonna lie. If I get shot today, right now, and I got a couple minutes to live, I might factory reset my phone before I die.
guys, I think that says a lot. I think this topic says a lot about people, honestly.
For me, it's just because I know I got a lot of bullshit on my phone that don't necessarily mean anything, but fellas, y'all know how it is, man. Y'all know them group chats be crazy. That's be crazy.
Nah, I just feel like this sounds terrible. Like, this even sounds terrible. Like, the fact that you're having to say that, you have to factory reset your phone, like, that doesn't mean you don't find like that may be an issue.
Nah, not really.
Like, the conversations you're having are like, what are they about? Like, why can't I see?
You could see it. I don't care. I'll show you that shit right now.
So
but
you
I'm
see,
just saying, if I'm dying, right, and I pass away, God forbid, knock on wood.
Knock on wood 3 times.
But what I'm saying is,
Nah, pause. He ain't do it, guys. Do it.
All
right.
What I'm saying is, if I'm dying and I pass away, and you get access to my phone with no context, it's gonna look crazy as fuck. But I could show you my phone right now. You could go through my whole shit. Anything that you find, I can provide context to. So it's not gonna be that's such and such and such and such. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's the point of you dying. Like, in this scenario, the point is you are not allowed to give me an explanation.
And that's why I said before I die, I'm gonna factory reset my shit.
And that's why
I'm not gonna be alive to give explanations.
But that's why I said there are 2 different type of people. There's you sitting in that chair, factory relock, reset, whatever the hell your phone, and there's me on this side. Like, I really miss you.
Yeah, definitely.
I hope that you're looking up in heaven at me, yo.
Nah, but yeah, with no context, my phone would probably look crazy to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. For sure. And I think that's the case with most men. Most men, our phones will probably appear crazy if we're not there to provide context, which is why I gotta reset it. Cause
Believe that.
This is crazy.
Nah, I'm fucking with you. I don't really care. Like, you
I don't
gonna
know.
see some shit, but It is what it is. I'm dead at this point. I'm in heaven chilling with God.
Right. You have not. You shouldn't be scared. You're dead. You have nothing to hide.
Yeah, that's
Other
a
than
fact.
that, you was lying, cheating, and you've been a dog all your life. But other than that, it's all good.
Or you weren't lying, cheating, and being a dog all your life, but you just got them wild ass group chat messages that people keep sending.
True.
It could be that context, these messages appear crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
And then it's like, why do you have this on your phone? But all my men know what's up, man. Y'all understand me.
All I'm gonna have to say about this, and this reminds me of many things, is if you look through your significant other's phone, you will, I repeat, you will find something you do not like.
Oh, that's a fact. If you go searching,
You gonna find
you're gonna find
something.
whatever it is you're looking for, and that's in life, period.
So
Yeah.
be ready. Make sure that when you look through that phone, you're ready for whatever's coming for you.
You look through somebody's phone with those lenses on, at the end of the day, you could be looking at something that has nothing to do with foulness or cheating or whatever the fuck, right? But just the fact that you have those lenses on, you're gonna view it as such.
You have your
Even if
research.
it has nothing to do with anything. But with those lenses on, it's gonna appear crazy.
Yes. You have on your research glasses, your I'm trying to find something, anything glasses. And guess what? You will find something because you're looking, differently.
So-
Like Bryan just mentioned, you're looking through a different type of lens. So you will find something that you might not like.
Yeah.
And that's the case with any and everything, honestly.
So don't go looking if you're not ready for what you'll be finding. Maybe. And this is just maybe. You could go through somebody's
Hey
phone.
man, just stay out of people's phones.
Yeah,
Stay out of
honestly.
people's phones, period.
Unless you have a vibe, a feeling like you're being cheated on. But only if you're ready to find out. Because people will literally have a feeling.
Shit. But it's gonna be totally unrelated. But it's still gonna be crazy.
Or you could, have me, for example, and you go through my whole phone and probably be like, damn, you don't talk to nobody, son?
Nah, that's definitely me. People talk to me and I just leave them on red a lot of times. But again, it's because I'm a terrible texter, period. So if I've done that, I'm sorry.
Mine
For
is
sure.
just that. Mine is not that. I just have a small circle. Small amount of people you trust.
Shout out to that. Shout out to that. So yeah, I think that's it.
That's it.
So go ahead and wrap up everything that we talked about for the people today. Drop them gems on them.
All right. So we talked about what is too clingy and, basically someone that's texting you a bajillion times or calling you a million times and you feel annoyed. That's clingy. We talked about, what you want isn't always what you expect it to be. So be careful what you ask for. We talked about ghosting. Summary is, guys, ghosting is foul.
Ghosted.
Let's just be honest. Be honest. If your partner is dead, you're going to find something in their phone that you didn't want to, but it's too late now. At least they're in heaven.
That's a random ass topic.
I know. I really liked
If your
it.
partner's dead, you're gonna find some negative things. That's like the most random advice. Like,
you don't know what people go through. What you think? You're not going to check someone's phone after they, have unfortunately passed? Maybe you want to go to their voicemail and hear their voice one more time.
reason
but
we even
instead of
brought
that
this up-
voicemail, you hear someone else's voicemail.
'Cause
And
I've-
you didn't even think that you were going to hear that voicemail, but now you've heard it and now you can't unhear it.
oh nah, it's over. So yeah, guys, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hope everyone enjoyed the episode. Please follow us on Instagram, Twitter at 4infinitypod. You can also email us.
Yeah, you can email us.
You can also email us at 4infinitypodcast@gmail.com. Send us your questions, send us your
Yeah.
topics,
Or you could
send us
just
your
DM it.
thoughts, DM us, whatever you got to do. Definitely get involved. Let us know. We'll answer your questions. And yeah,
That's it. And make sure you let us know what you think is clingy. I'm interested to hear what you guys think.
definitely. And we try not to like bring up anybody's names or like usernames and things like that when we talk about the listener topics,
Absolutely.
just to maintain anonymity. But
Confidentiality.
exactly. But if you don't necessarily care, then cool, you could let us know as well. That way we can give credit to the questions from our listeners and the
Right.
people participating, helping us out.
Absolutely. But unless you do so, we will not be divulging that information. So unless you actually say, yes, you're cool with us saying who you are on the podcast, you won't hear a name.
For sure. And like I said at the top of this thing, thank y'all for participating in the giveaway for those who did. We got a very, very, very dope giveaway coming up in March that we're not ready to talk about yet, but stay tuned. It's going to be something very, very cool. And with that being said, this has been the For Infinity podcast. Again, hope everybody had a happy Valentine's Day. And
This is it.
anything else you want to tell the people?
No, I love you guys.